Hey, little pretzel, is this you? Do you have your astrology reading somewhere in your sock drawer? Like you had the reading, but you never really understood it, so you stuffed it in a drawer, never to be seen again? Or maybe it's in your underwear drawer. Don't be shy, raise your hand. If that astrology reading is still in your underwear drawer, it's completely okay. Understanding astrology really is difficult. But once you decide to go for it, it's a gift that you give yourself. When you know why you're stuck, astrology can give you the tools to unstick yourself. And when you know yourself, you can grow yourself. No more ruts, no more bad decisions or stuck patterns, and way less headaches. Way less headaches happen when you finally understand astrology. For the record, you can learn astrology. You actually can decode your birth chart in a way that you can understand, especially if you do it yourself with no astro speak. You can do it in a way that you can remember and apply. It can be easy, fast, and fun. And yes, I'm still actually talking about astrology. Put your hand on your heart. Repeat after me. It's safe for me to pull my astrology reading out of the sock or undies drawer. The Sync and Thrive astrology class is your answer to, I can't understand astrology, but I desperately want to. So when I was tapped on the shoulder by Spirit to write an annual publication about astrology, I cried. Literally, I cried. I knew astrology, but I didn't really fully understand astrology, much like most people. And I was straight up scared. If you're watching this video, I bet you've said this before. And $10 says you have an astrology reading literally in a sock drawer that you just can't decode. It's too hard. It's so hard. Why can't I understand it? Why is it so confusing? How come I can't remember it? All of that stuff. I'm telling you, I've been there, bought the t-shirt, and wore it out. Hey, I'm Tam, and Tam I am. I am the creator and writer of the Energy Almanac, which is an annual predictive astrology publication. And no, I am not a master astrologer, and I've never wanted to be a master astrologer. But I've managed to decode and write the annual astrology predictions for this book, the Energy Almanac, because I busted the system. And now I have what you need if you're wanting to learn astrology. Like, I'm not saying you have to go out and write an astrology book, but if you want to learn astrology, I'm going to share with you the system that I learned. So if you felt out of sync, like out of alignment, and you're unsure what to do that would actually feel natural to you, but you can't figure it out on your own, you somehow understand astrology is your natural blueprint and it has some answers for you, but again, you don't understand astrology, hang in there with me. When astrology tapped me on the shoulder, I immediately went out and got a professional astrology reading. And without my even telling the astrologer about this new adventure I was going to take, she read my chart and discovered I actually should be in publishing and that my life's work would involve unraveling mysteries. Whoa. No joke. It was so shocking to me. You really just can't even make this stuff up. So when astrology tapped me on that shoulder, and I had that reading, and I finally knew what was in not just my natural course, but my natal course. If I was to stay my natal course and to sync and thrive, I should do what was inside of my astrology reading. If I would do what was written in my birth chart, I could thrive and finally be in sync. So I pursued astrology. I had to. It wanted my attention. even though it was going to be confusing and hard. When I started digging into astrology, there was all these words like ephemeris and planets, ingress, degrees, arcs, angles, chart writing, memorizing. Oh my heavens, yikes. I really wanted to give up. I really did. I needed to connect the dots, and I needed to do it quickly if I was going to be this creator and publisher of an annual astrology book. So, with the help of a super friendly and patient master astrologer of 30 plus years, I finally did connect the dots. In order to decipher this, I couldn't think using words like this. I'm too artsy, I'm too organic for this kind of thinking. I couldn't wrap my head around these words and what they might mean. I would have to think more like this. Let's try looking at that again. So currently, when you go to learn astrology from a master astrologer, it looks like this. We talk about planets and zodiacs and the houses and the aspects and the way the planets are reacting together. And this is okay, and this is right. This is accurate information, but it's about memorizing, and it's really kind of hard to memorize all of this. But if you think more organically, that there's a personality, which is the planet, who wears a costume, which is the zodiac sign, who has a location, which is the house, and that personality, that planet, is in a mood. That's the aspect. Now you're looking at it differently. Remember trying to decipher these glyphs? Well, when you have this kind of a visual, it changes everything. So Saturn is like this stern grandfather. He's managing time and setting the tone for discipline and structure. He's giving lessons. And in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn, he's all business. He's wearing a 3-piece suit. He's serious about getting things done and building great structures. Oh, this concept of planets as a personality and the zodiac signs as a costume changed absolutely everything for me. I'm betting it's going to change astrology for you too. So first, you put the planet, which is a personality, in their natural zodiac costume, like Saturn in Capricorn. And then, once you master all of those, put the planets into other costumes / zodiac signs to understand how the personality might behave differently. Look here at Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn in Capricorn is pretty comfortable, but Saturn in Aquarius, look at this stern grandfather in a futuristic, freedom-seeking, innovative costume of Aquarius. He's a little unhappy. He's uncomfortable. Like, this suit feels weird to him. He wants to apply lessons and discipline, but Aquarius is all about freedom and the future. Here he is in a silver jumpsuit. Yikes. So there are 10 planets or personalities, and there are 12 costumes, which would represent those zodiac signs. It's an absolute light bulb moment. Suddenly, astrology becomes so much simpler. And then, slowly, you just grow your knowledge base from there. You just keep adding to what you know. You add in the positions, which, as we said, are the houses, and the mood, which are the aspects. And finally, you're connecting the astrology dots. So if you're ready to learn astrology and get in sync with the blueprint that you were born with, and learn this in a way simpler way, with great visuals to help you memorize the information, you can pull the astrology reading from that sock drawer and you can get your astrology game on. Sync and Thrive is for you. Sync and Thrive is a beginner's astrology course for decoding your own blueprint. I'm going to share my simple strategy for learning astrology that will help you create astrology sentences that you'll remember. You'll actually use a system for decoding your birth chart. I mentioned earlier that I'm sort of artsy and organic by nature. Hello, I have a Taurus moon. I have applied simple speed learning techniques to amplify the speed of your understanding of astrology. And I'm going to actually share that with you in this course. I want to supercharge your life as well, so you can understand and know why you have repetitive problems. You can understand who you are at your core. You can recognize your natural gifts and talents. It's in your chart. You can stay your natural course and make better decisions. Stuck stinks. And I've been saying that for a really long time inside of my coaching business. It's just true. It's not just that being stuck costs you emotionally, but it also costs you mentally and financially. Bad decisions actually cost money. Trial and error is really expensive. There's the emotional issues of embarrassment and confusion and being unable to stay organized in your thinking, but there's relationship issues and family issues, lack of direction, or loss of income from being in a job that isn't a really good fit for you. Maybe you have too much debt. Maybe you just have too much fear. But either way, you're repeating mistakes. So staying stuck is expensive. Remember, to know thyself is to grow thyself. You might not be interested in astrology or unsticking yourself. And if that's the case, honestly, just stop the video and go back to scrolling. I mean, wink, wink, I'm kidding, but it's not for you if you're not interested in astrology. This is for you if you're stuck, but you don't dare go buy another astrology reading because you know it's going into the sock drawer. This is for you if you're curious or confused about astrology. If you need an easy system for learning it. This is for you if you don't feel the need to go really deep into astrology, but you just want to sort of take on the basics, what's applicable to you and your life. And this is for you if you really love a little wit and a little wisdom in your learning. One student of mine who took this course sent me an email. Alyssa said, I just wanted to send an email and say thank you so much. My understanding of astrology, which I thought was decent, apparently I knew nothing outside of the sun, moon, and rising. This made my understanding 100% better, and I haven't even seen part 2 yet. Thanks, Alyssa. Honestly, this course is not for you if you are already a master astrologer, or if you want somebody else to do the work, if you are not self-driven, if you don't have a sense of humor, or if you don't mind staying really stuck. Don't buy this course if any of those are you. Here's what you're going to learn if you do decide to sync and thrive. You're going to learn the primal triad of planets that define you. The sun, the moon, and the rising sign really are the core of you. We're going to make sure that you understand that. But here's the big juicy stuff. You're going to learn when you take this course what your soul wants. You're going to be able to identify that through your chart. You're going to understand your karmic destiny as well as your karmic history. You can discover where your personal hurdles or pressure might be in your life. You can learn which area has opportunity, and you'll also be able to determine your life themes. What you're going to get if you get the Sync and Thrive program is a really robust printable workbook with all of my fun sketches and doodles and some great languaging. You're going to get 8 pre-recorded video sessions just like this one you're watching right now. You're going to have access to a private chat group in my private playground. You are going to learn how to write your own personal astrology word bank. You'll get some very specific journal pages with questions, and you're going to learn to write and ask generative questions. Wow. So how this is done, you basically will get one class each week delivered to your email inbox. You'll watch the video, take notes, write your word bank, do some journaling, and then go to the online playground to ask questions and learn from other students. I'm going to have open office hours for you. Yes, there will be homework assignments that you do in between classes so that you can actually learn how to apply the information. What you're going to end up with is a solid astrology base to build on, play with, and nurture for a lifetime. You can certainly purchase other astrology courses that are more in depth once you have a solid grip on the basics. My promise: fast, fun, and transformational. If after the 3rd video in the series you still aren't getting astrology, let me know. You'll get a full refund with no griping, no questions, and sorry, but no dessert. Another person who took this course, Jen, she said, "You have a wonderful way of making things simple and fun. And everything I learned before just came right back to the forefront of my mind. And I've never been able to talk that mysterious astro speak, but how you do and teach astro sentences was the most amazing and powerful tool you could have ever given me. A huge thank you for that. I already had a basic idea how to apply transits to my current life, and now, coupled with your astro sentences formula, the light bulb in my head just got really, really bright. I've just spent the last hour mapping out what I need to focus on in my life." Well, Jen, you're absolutely welcome, and I'm so glad that this course did. So when is the first class? As soon as you buy it, we're going. This class is Cosmic Pretzel approved. If you have questions before buying, reach out to Tam at choosebigchange.com. And Think and Thrive is a beginner's astrology course for decoding your own blueprint. And you are welcome to join the fun now.